Monolith versus microservices. This is one of the most debated topic in the system design and it's one of the most misunderstood. So let's understand it in detail in this session. So the monolith means one big application. In monolithic architecture, your entire application is one single deployable unit. All the features, user management, product catalog, orders, payments, notification are part of one code base, one build, one deployment. And before you say that's bad, hold on. Let me tell you who uses Monolith successfully. Shopify powers millions of merchants on Monolith. Stack Overflow serves hundreds of millions of developers with Monolith. Basecamp, a company that literally built Ruby on Rails, has always been a monolith. So monoliths are simple to develop, simple to test, simple to deploy and simple to debug. When something breaks, the entire stack trace is in one place. There is no chasing bugs across 47 different services through a maze of network calls. The problem starts when the application grows. When you have 200 engineers all working on the same code base, a small change in the payment module can accidentally break the notification module. Deployment becomes risky, build time becomes slow, and the scaling becomes inflexible. You have to scale the entire monolith even if only one feature is getting heavy traffic. So this is the problem with monolith. So what are the main problem? When you have a 200 engineers working on the same code base, then small change in one module can disturb the another module, right? So that is one of the problem. And in the monolith, if you want to scale some particular component, then you end up scaling all the component. That is another problem. These are the two main problems with monolith. Now let's try to understand microservices. So in microservices, many small independent services exist. So in microservice architecture, you break the application into small independent services. Each service does one thing well. Each has its own code base, its own database, its own deployment pipeline. The user service doesn't know or care how the payment service works. They communicate through a well-defined APIs or message queues. If the notification service goes down, user can still browse product and place orders. So if I want to give you analogy, monolith versus microservices, then consider it as a single restaurant versus a food court. A monolith is a one restaurant with one kitchen that makes everything: pizza, sushi, biryani, desserts. If the oven breaks, the whole restaurant stops. A microservice architecture is a food court. A pizza counter, the sushi bar, the biryani stall, the dessert shop, all independent. If the sushi bar runs out of fish, the pizza counters keep serving. But in microservices comes with a massive complexity. Suddenly you need a service discovery, you need a distributed tracing, you need an API gateway, you need to handle network failures between services, you need a distributed transactions. You need container orchestration with Kubernetes. The operational overhead is enormous in microservices. So this is the quick comparison of monolith versus microservices. So one quick tip for interview is, in interviews, don't blindly say that microservices. I will start with microservices. No, start with simpler architecture and explain when you would split into microservices. Say something like, for this scale, I will start with a modular monolith. As we hit X million users, as our team grows, as our load grows, we would extract the heaviest features into its own service first. This shows a real world judgment. So your probability will get increase in the interview if you answer it like this. So the key takeaway from this session is neither monolith nor microservices is universally better architecture. Monoliths are ideal for speed and simplicity. However, microservices are ideal for scale and team independence. The right answer depends on your team size, product maturity, and scaling needs. So this is a quick overview of monolith versus microservices.